This is important. This video contains close-ups of a spider. If you or your child are very afraid of spiders, then do not watch this video. Este video contiene primeros planos de una araña. Si ustedes o sus hijos tienen mucho miedo a las arañas, no mire este video. Hey everybody, Mr. M here. And we're still doing science today. This morning, we did an art project on how to draw what? Insects. And we talked about some things that are not insects. Anybody remember what it was? I drew a picture of something else and asked if it was an insect, and the answer was no. Well, I've got one right here. What is this? Well, this is a spider, and it was not an insect. Why is this not an insect? What did I say was the problem? Well, it has too many legs. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 legs. And insects have how many? Insects have 6 legs. Spiders have 2 more. And it had how many parts of the body? It had the front, the head, called the cephalothorax, and the abdomen. Insects have an abdomen, but they also have a thorax and a head. Spider, the head and the thorax are the same thing. They're in one part, so it has 2 body parts and 8 legs, and the hand is what's not an insect. So, why am I bringing this up? I also did something last week. I gave you a writing assignment last week about anything you wanted, but I decided to do, for my example, I did things that make nice pets. And I have a cat, a dog, and one other thing. So cats make good, nice pets, dogs make nice pets. But something else makes great pets. If you don't remember what it was, you're about to find out, because I have someone helping me with one of our pets here. This is my daughter, Eve, and she has a friend of hers with her. Eve, can you tell me who we're going to talk to, who we're going to see today?
Yes. Today, we are going to introduce you to a very important member of our family. This is Charlie. Charlie is an Arizona blonde tarantula.
You can continue.
Arizona blonde tarantulas, specifically, are known as some of the best tarantulas to have as a pet because they're very docile.
Docile, meaning?
Meaning that they aren't very aggressive. They aren't likely to attack you.
They're very chill and calm. Continue. So, tell us about Charlie. Can we see Charlie? Can we get a little, I can't really see Charlie, I only see you. So, let us get a little zoom in on Charlie. Tell me about where Charlie would be in the wild.
In the wild, Charlie would be living probably in a desert, and she would be underground in a burrow. Normally, Arizona blonde tarantulas live in burrows and only come out at night.
Okay, and so what do they do when they're out at night?
When tarantulas are out at night, they hunt.
What do they hunt?
They hunt. Well, it's different for different tarantulas, but tarantulas like Charlie hunt small insects. Most insects small enough for them to hunt.
Oops.
And what we feed Charlie, not in the wild, is crickets. That I will show you one in a minute.
You see, when I said Charlie is very calm, she's very calm. She's not really doing much. Tarantulas although they're hunters, they don't hunt the way something like wolves or lions or something do. They don't really chase after things. They just sit and wait for something to come to them. So Charlie actually lives very happily in this little tank. She doesn't really move much. What do we have here? What's in the middle of the tank here? This fuzzy thing.
We have half a coconut shell, which for Charlie is used as a hide. She can go in there when she wants to be inside, and when she wants to get away from light or people or anything.
So that's like a little house.
Like Charlie's house.
It's like a little room. It's like a room, and this is like her house. Okay. So back to Charlie. So what does Charlie eat? What do we feed Charlie?
We feed Charlie crickets, which I will show you one.
we go.
We have several crickets in the other room in their own tank, but this one we took out to show you.
Here we go. Sorry about that. I wasn't showing it to you very well. Now you can see. All right. So how often does she eat a cricket?
She'll eat a cricket every few days. She hasn't been very hungry lately.
This is
So
one of the
we'll
reasons
see
I
when
thought.
she feels hungry again. But tarantulas do not eat once or twice or 3 times a day like humans do.
And this is actually one of the reasons I think tarantulas really make good pets, because you don't have to feed them every day. She gets every few days 1, 2, or 3 crickets a week, pretty much. Okay, so now, do you think Charlie wants to come out?
Well, one way to tell if a spider is okay to come out is by putting a soft object, paintbrush is good, so that way you can't accidentally hurt them, near them. Just poke them a little bit, not too much.
Just like with insects, that is her abdomen in the back. And you see, when she gets out, you'll see this a little better.
Yes. So today it looks like she isn't feeling particularly defensive.
And we'll talk about that in a minute too. Why would she be defensive? What does that mean? That means that when you're defensive, you are worried something's going to hurt you or do something to you, so you try to defend yourself. What would she have to defend herself against?
Well, and I'm not sure if you can see, but she's starting to walk onto my hand.
Yep. We'll
And once
swing
she's
it
in
around.
front of the camera, I will explain why she might want to defend herself. Oh, this is a bit of an odd angle, so this might take a minute.
Okay.
Come on, girl.
I think she's fine. I think we probably took her out of there, right? She's got most of her legs on you. Do you before she
I
calms
don't want
down?
to risk her falling.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Oh, there we go.
quite worried about her falling.
Yes, we have to. Because why?
Normally, I do not handle her.
let's
I don't
bring her-
carry her around often because
Bring it over. You can step over this way.
tarantulas. Well, they may be scary
Keep
to
her
some
over the
people. Tarantulas are actually pretty easy to get hurt. Charlie in particular normally isn't off the
Bring it
ground,
over. Camera over here.
so her body isn't built to fall. So if she were to fall, even from here, I have to be very careful not to drop her because she
Just like
might
the
get
colours
hurt
of,
if she
like-
were to fall.
There's like colors of caramel and chocolate. All sorts of different chocolate colors. Light chocolate and dark chocolate. Yeah, so falling is really bad for tarantulas. They do not skirt walls. They just sit on the ground or under the ground all the time. So, yeah, they don't climb up on things. This kind doesn't. Some tarantulas live in trees. She's a ground tarantula. And you see all over, now if you see closely here, now you can probably see better. All of her legs are not attached to the abdomen. They are all attached to that one, the part in the front. It's called a cephalothorax. That just means head, chest. It's all one part. And she has, you can count 1, 2, 3. Let's count. Just make sure you put this up here. Don't fall. Let me get this again. We're going to do a quick count, and there's something that you might be surprised at. I said they have 10 legs, and they do, but if we see on this side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, other side also has 4, but there's also these. 5. What is that in the front? They have these 2 little things by her mouth that look like legs, but they're not. Those are called pedipalps, means a foot mouth, and they are used to grab her food. And they work like legs, but they're not really legs. So, that's cool. And see, she's very calm. She doesn't want to hurt anybody. She doesn't want to bite anybody. She's never bitten anybody. She's never even really tried hard to get away. But, as you're saying, in the wild, what would she have to be defensive about? What would she be defending herself against?
Tarantulas actually have to defend themselves against a lot of things in the wild. Even though they may be scary to us because, oh, it's a big spider. In the wild, a big spider is slow and pretty easy to hurt. So they have a lot of predators in the wild.
She's big for a spider, but spiders aren't very big. So even a big spider, she's smaller than a hamster. So smaller than a mouse, really. So anything out in the desert, foxes or bigger tarantulas or a lot of birds, snakes even, would be happy. wasps would be happy to eat Charlie. So she's actually a lot more scared of you than you would be of her if she saw you. What can you tell us about her vision?
Charlie actually cannot see very well. I've heard that tarantulas can see about 2 inches in front of them. She does have 10 eyes?
I believe she has about 8 eyes.
Yes. She does have 8 eyes, but they apparently
They're
don't
hard
work
to
very
see
well.
because they're the same color as the rest of her.
Can
But there are
almost
some on the
see
top
2
of her
little
head,
ones.
and some around. There are like 5 of them all around her head, and you can't really see them because they're the same color as the rest of her. They don't
Yeah.
stand out. So you can put her back if you want to, or if you want to keep her out, that's fine. So anyway, that is Charlie. She is a sweetheart. She is not really. We think of spiders as scary, but there's no real reason to. She would, even if she did bite somebody, it would just hurt a little. It would be like less than a bee sting. I mean, it hurts to be stung by a bee, but you don't really worry about it too much. So, thank you, Charlie, for coming and visiting us. And I hope people maybe get not so scared of spiders because of you. Okay?
And now we're going to put Charlie back in her house.
Yeah, it's already gone longer than I intended to be. Bye-bye, there she goes. She knows where she's going.
Mm-hmm.
She knows how to
Bye,
climb
Charlie.
down carefully. She's very slow. She's very careful where she puts her feet. She doesn't scurry. She doesn't run. She's just wants to be sure and doesn't want to fall. Bye, Charlie. Thank you, Eve.
Thank you for having me.
Oops, I zoomed the wrong way. All right, and now, everybody, you've met part of my family, 2 members of my family. I wish my cat Oliver were here, but I don't, because I don't think he'd get along with Charlie. But maybe someday. Okay, everybody, that was our science in Mr. Emmons' kitchen. And y'all have a great day. See you tomorrow.